This is A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat.
Hey, what's up? Your favorite duo is back.
The dynamic duo. What do you do?
It's Treese and me and Treese. And we are here with another episode of A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, the place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat. What's going on?
Well, I don't know if it's a group chat because it's just two of us. So
it's a text message.
Try very entertaining text message.
Oh man.
We're
rebranding.
How was your day, Lord? How was your day, man?
No, my day was pretty basic. I was just doing laundry a lot. And then I was helping my dad cook. He's having a big church appreciation dinner for the members and stuff. So he's doing a lot of cooking. So I was kind of helping him do that. And that's pretty much it. Chill day. What about you?
I've been running these streets. I have been up since 6 a.m. this morning. Even though I went to bed at 3? I had maybe a 26-minute nap today. My anniversary is this weekend. So I got my hair done at 7 a.m. this morning.
Her hair looks great, by the way.
Thank you.
For our listeners, I know you can't see it, but for our viewers, you see she got the wet and wavy.
The wet and wavy. You know what I'm saying?
That Puerto Rican.
The Puerto Rican hair. But I'm tired. It's been a long day.
Y'all, okay, so right now it is 12:20 a.m. Central Time, right? We could have been done 3 hours ago.
Oh, you gonna?
I'm gonna snitch on you.
Oh,
why did
pregnancy brain?
No, she don't get to use no pregnancy brain on this.
Postpartum brain.
Treese was like messaging somebody at 9 o'clock. I'm like, we can go now. We can record down ready.
At 9:18, y'all. It was 9:18 because I sent the message to Eric like, "Hey, I'm ready. I'm about to eat, but I'm ready to record whenever you are."
And I messaged her like, we had talked about this. We're like, hey, we'll do it at 11:30 because that way she'll be baby free. Don't have to worry about nothing. And so 11:30 roll around. I was like, cool. I ain't heard from Treese. 11:45 roll around. I said, hold on, let me text her. I was like, you still coming? And she's like, I'm waiting on you. I said, you can't be waiting on me. I've been waiting on you. And she's gonna send me a screenshot thinking she had the receipts. Talking about, look at all this that I didn't told you.
Technically, I did have a receipt, and technically I did text Eric. It just was the wrong Eric.
And she's been sending videos and messages to the wrong person all this time.
Yeah, we went to the BBCAN Oz's event. Davon had showed up, so I got a video of Davon and Eric because he loves him.
She missed the best part, but anyway.
I did, but at least I caught some of it. You welcome.
Thank you.
2 years later.
Right, she literally just gave it to me.
But I sent that video to that Eric, and what's funny, you can see where it's like red, like that Eric read it. It was like, who the hell is this? And kept it pushing. Didn't respond. Just kept it pushing.
It's terrible, y'all.
Oh my gosh, I blocked the number. I was like, I don't want them to wake up tomorrow and be like, what? Why is she texting me again? Who is this?
She sent like 4 messages.
Like 5.
Oh man.
But anyways,
before we get into this BBCAN11 recap, if you can even call it that, because it's well, let's talk about you, part 2. What did you think about it?
I liked it. The twist, I kind of jokingly made like a joke. Spoiler alerts ahead, y'all. I kind of made a joke like it'd be crazy if he just like thought this. My joke was it'd be funny if he was just imagining all of this and he wasn't killing anybody. And it was just in his brain. That was my joke. I was kind of half right, though.
You were half right because the theory that I presented that I saw on TikTok was that kind of basically what happened was Reese was all made up. Reese was real, but the Reese that Joe thought he was communicating with was actually Joe himself. And this man has been talking.
Killed him.
Yes.
Joe killed Reese.
The real
early.
He
killed like episode 1 early.
He was killing everybody.
Yep. He was
the
just
whole time.
even when even reasons. He was just like,
I just need to do it. And the twist was he did not let Marianne go like we thought he did.
man, the way my mouth dropped.
He had Arguses in a cage.
And my first thought was that Reese kidnapped Marianne.
Right, like they made us think.
Yeah, and I was just like, "Oh, that's good. Ooh, okay, this storyline about to eat."
Yeah.
And then, child, then they dropped that it was Joe. I was like, "Oh my god, I'm full, but I'm gonna keep on eating. I don't care." Oh my gosh, it was. I feel like this was a really, really good plot. I mean,
And on top of that, too, it's like they introduced Kate's dad, and it's like, oh, the dad wants to get rid of Reese, but this Reese that Joe thinks is the actual Reese is telling him to kill her dad, and he goes into the country to kill Reese, only to find out that Reese didn't even know him,
and didn't know who he was.
He like, what's going on? Reese is
I
like,
wouldn't
do I
even
know
know
you?
this man if he walked down the street.
Okay, sorry to this man. And he done killed him, and then he ended up killing Kate's dad. This man just had literally killed everybody.
He might as well call himself Halloween. What is it called? Scream. He was just killing people to kill people at this point. The old Joe would at least have some kind of like reason to kill somebody. Now he was just like, I'm just.
Well, the thing is, I think the message was he was just in such a deep psychosis of trying to be this other person and trying to put his past behind him that it really evolved into this alter ego of himself that he thought was someone else, but it was really him. It was the darker part. That was the message, was he wanted to hide his darkness and hide that other aspect of him. But it kept trying to tell him, like, you need me. Like, I'm the one that, the other side is the way he cracked the code to get into the, all the different things that he needed. And so on top of that,
hold on. I really think that his reasoning for dipping into this psychotic break, I think is because he never really per se like really loved anybody in his life like that. And that loved him back like a love.
Yeah.
And when he had to kill her, I think it started slowly messing with him.
Yeah.
Like he didn't necessarily, he had some kind of attachment to the other people he killed, but he didn't have the attachment like he did with love. So I wonder if we get another season if they're going to explore that. But go ahead. That's just my thought.
Yeah, I don't know. It was he didn't want to let Marianne go for some reason. He just was glued to, because she really loved him too until she found out to love messed it up. And so he just was not willing to get rid of that.
All right.
And I just thought it was hard to watch. I'm like, Joe, we just said these black women that you be dating, they be surviving, and here you go, got our sis with a broken arm, ain't fed her. He going on in the country weeks before he fed her, so she's starving. Yeah. And so how it all comes out is his student Nadia was at the party.
Nosy.
Right.
I call her Nosy. Nosy Nadia.
Nosy Bones. And so she's at the party that Joe gets invited. Well, it's not even a party. It's really the wedding, because Lady Phoebe, she invites him and Kate to come because she's supposed to be getting engaged, but they moved it up to be a wedding. That boy, I can't remember his name. I could not stand him. He tricked what's her name into taking her out and got her, because she was having a psychotic break too. Yep. She was on her medicine and she, had different disorders and whatnot. And she needed treatment, but he was taking advantage of that because he was going broke. And so he wanted to hurry up and marry her so he can have access to all her money. And so while they was at that party, she gets kidnapped by that lady that was taking pictures of Joe, and come to find out she was a stalker of Phoebe. And so when Joe gets down there, basically he saves the day and plants the ear. So the other Reese, quote unquote, told him that he had to frame somebody. So he framed the lady who was stalking Phoebe. But while there, Nadia, Nosy, she's at the door listening. And when Phoebe says, thank you, you're the hero again, or savior again. And so for her, she's like, what is going on? Like, something ain't right. So she breaks into this man's house and finds a key and uses clues that she's gathered throughout the house and finds this abandoned building and tunnel where she finds Marianne in the cage.
All right.
And so they start freaking out and they come up with a plan to try to get her out because she said, don't call the police. He gonna get my daughter, X, Y, and Z. We gotta just finish it. If you want to be done with Joe, Joe gotta die. And so that was a plan to kill Joe. But because she got caught at airport security with that knife, trying to get the knife and them drugs through,
she got held up.
They had to go through plan B, which was fake Marianne's death and set Joe up. And the way they did that was first she knew where her phone was, so she checked the babysitter who had her daughter's name and put her number in there. And so when Joe, it was very smart. And so when Joe texted, like, she was like, I just need to know how my baby is doing. I just need to know how she is. I just need to know. And so when Joe figures out, because Joe forgot all about Marianne, but the reason in his mind was like, you have her in a cage, Joe. And so he had to remember that he had her. And so then he texts his number and it's like, Juliet's mom, grandma have her. She'll never see you. You'll never see her again. And all these things like that. And so she goes into this fake spiral. And when Joe gets back the next day, because I'm going to fix it. She's dead, quote unquote, because she took all these pills. You know, she's an opioid survivor, you know, she used to be addicted. And so he thinks she killed herself because she lost Juliet. Even though we know, we'll find out later that she was not dead. And then, so he moves her body out, but Nadia comes out and gives her like some adrenaline and whatnot to wake her up from this deep fake sleep so she can survive and get back to her daughter. Fast forward to the end, and after Joe comes to terms with, you know, he killed Kate's dad and he's come to terms with his darkness and who he is after the whole Marianne situation, it was his wake-up call or whatever, he decides to kill himself by jumping off the bridge into the water and drowning himself. And we was like, dang, this is how it's I didn't feel like he was gonna die, but I was like, I don't see him coming back from that.
I only knew because I was like, I know this motherfucker nice kill sub, but then I had paused it to see how much time was left in the episode. I was like, nah, we good. He good. You know, that's telling.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, he gonna make it.
Oh, it's 15 minutes left. Okay, good. And so he died, or quote unquote, we think he's dead. And he's not. He gets rescued and he's in the hospital. And Kate shows up and she was basically like, I don't really care what you did. So just tell me the truth from the beginning. Tell me who you are. And he's like, well, first off, my name is Joe. It's not Jonathan. So he's giving her the third degree about who he is and what he did. And during this time, Nadia tells the little boy that has a crush on her, there's still something wrong. Even though, you know, she tells him about Marianne escaping and that whole plan, she won't let it go. And I don't understand why she wouldn't let it go. The boy tried to tell her, let it go. She was insistent on.
You literally messing with a killer, bruh. Like, it's not a joke. A killer.
Hello? A killer. And so she's like, no, he has to have evidence because he's an obsessive. So we have to find the evidence and we can still get him. So they both go back to his house. He's standing watch and she go in the house. She finds the evidence. She's taking pictures. She comes down looking for her friend. Friend nowhere to be found. I said, I know Joe got him. And so
and when Joe got him, got him.
Got him. And so she bumps into Joe and she's like, oh, Professor. He was like, oh, what is that? And so she drops her phone. He picks it up. He said, give me the password. So calm. Do you know how Joe is? So calm.
Hi. Okay. Can I
let me see the phone? And she's just like stunned. He was like,
let me get that face ID.
That works. He goes, clicks in her pictures, and he's like, guess we'll delete these. And then he says, so this is what's going to happen. And so he's walking and talking to her, and she falls and stumbles into a pool of blood.
Of course she falls.
And whose body is right there? Oh, dude, the friend of hers.
The little crushy.
The little crush
dude, whatever his name is.
So she's like, oh my God, he's dead. And so Joe's like, give me your hand. He puts the knife in her hands and folds it over.
Never giving my hand to a killer. No.
And he said, nobody's ever going to believe you. I've come into resources beyond your imagination that have helped me. He has, because he's with Kate and she just inherited her billionaire father's everything. And so he's like, nobody will ever believe anything you say. So here's how this is going to work. Your friend here, he killed professor, his friend, the first dude that he killed. He's like, he killed him, Malcolm. He killed Malcolm, and they were having an affair. She was having an affair with Malcolm, right? So he's like, you found out, and you killed him, and that's just how this is gonna go,
baby.
And so they did a fast forward. He's like, and I knew Nadia was a smart girl, and she's in prison to this day and hasn't said a word.
I think they put her in a psych ward, didn't they?
No, she in prison.
I thought they said that she didn't speak, and she hasn't spoken since then.
Yeah, she hasn't. She just hasn't said nothing because she just.
Oh, okay.
What is she gonna say?
That up?
No, he did say that, but it wasn't because she was in a psychiatric. She just was in prison without saying anything.
Okay, I realized like she didn't say like, "Oh, Joe lying." But hey, that's why you mind your business.
That's why you mind your business. So she done got sentenced to murder. She didn't even commit. So Joe set her up good. And we find out that the rest of the little rich crew, they ain't changed. They still doing what they doing. Except for Phoebe. I'm so proud that she got the help that she needed. She got away. Oh, because her dad, Kate's dad, got the husband killed. So she got all her money back. And she became a teacher in Korea or Thailand
somewhere.
And so I'm glad it worked out for her. And then Joe and Kate are living their happiest lives, doing interviews around the world about how he survived love and he's in love and they're going to change the world and X, Y, and Z. I really wish they would just stop right here. I feel like it would be a great way to end the season, but I don't know. What you think?
I want to see another season, but I would like to see it end next season. I'm very interested to see billionaire murder Joe. Like, how is his murderers how is he gonna do this and be rich? And now he's in the public eye. So of course, he was in the news for this and this and that, but like he's in the public eye. And I also want to see, because they did mention his son. I want to see if there's gonna be if he's gonna try to get his son back. And I want to know what's gonna happen with that. But if there is another season, I want it to be the last season. I think it should wrap it up because I feel like it's a good series and you don't want to
keep holding
end on a bad note. Yeah,
when there's
just because you got the viewers, you don't want to hold on just writing whatever.
Because where is it going? Like for me, I want to know how Kate fits into this. Like she knows everything, so it's like, is she gonna just let you kill people? Like, is it gonna be like people are coming for Kate, so now you got to kill them?
They're gonna be killing people together.
Ain't no telling. So that's all we got for you, season 4. I thought again the first half was a little dryish, but
they set it up for it to be like that purposely.
Yeah,
so
we thought Joe had changed,
so they can hit you in the face in the last part.
They sure did. So I'm gonna turn it over to Miss Tracy J to take us into our BBCAN recap.
Okay, y'all. We're gonna break this down real quick, real fast, because they don't be giving us no type of information. These digital dailies, first of all, they still not daily. Whatever. The digital not so dailies is what we like to call them, and who are gonna be there.
Period.
So I'm gonna just update y'all on what's been going on and what's currently going on from what we know. So we know when we last left off, JM, Renee, and Rob are on the block.
DJ
Dan. Sorry. I keep mixing up Dan and Rob. I keep mixing up their names.
3 letters, because they 3 letters.
DJ Dan, it's probably DJ Dan. They're on the block. Renee is the third option because she was the last dead last contestant. Mm-hmm. So Ty ended up winning veto, and he said he was going to use it on Anika, which he did. Oh, who did I say was nominee? I did mention Anika, didn't I?
You did.
Okay, Anika. So he did use the actual veto on Anika, and the plan was to backdoor JM.
And we knew
it. Yeah, we all knew that. We all saw that coming from a mile away. We're gonna get to that situation here in a minute. But Santina, they did. BBCAN was being what BBCAN do. They was being messy. They did flash back to Santina and JM talking. Bruh, he was just like, baby, I even remember we was wearing all whites.
Oh.
He was like, I remember we was laying on them beds over there in the flamingo room. And we promised each other. I said, if I win HOH, we're good. You're 100% safe. Santina goes, oh, of course, duh. You're 100% safe. She was a total liar. So I don't know where that came from. And baby, when JM was telling her, was like, well, you remember you said this? All Santina could do was this.
Stuck like Chuck, like her face was at this Thursday episode.
Couldn't say nothing. And baby, when she had walked out, Jay was like, man, this is a real crazy feeling of if I'm supposed to be saved, this how you do it? Like, what is this? Wow, this is funny.
Right.
Like
he felt something. He knew it was
right.
off. Something was off. Yeah.
So I mean, basically, after after the veto gets used, JM of course does eventually end up hitting the block. He's of course the known target. Which I'm really upset that we don't have fees because I know we missed a lot. Basically, let's see, it was Renee, Shania, Claudia,
Kuzi.
JM, and Kuzi. They were all having this conversation like we could get these votes together and we can save me. The girls, I will say, besides Santina, they're not stupid. They know Zach is running this house, and they're like, we know Zach is orchestrating the boys, and they're doing A, B, C, or D, trying to get out the girls. They know JM's with the girls, so they're trying to get us out. They develop a alliance called the Savage Sisters. Now, the Savage Sisters included JM, so we'll get to that in a minute. But hopefully they recruit some more people because I'm gonna need at least one more because y'all lost JM. You had 2 people on the block already in your alliance. Come on, like y'all y'all are down bad. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, talk goes back and forth. For a slight minute, the target was going to be on Renee because Claudia, was it Claudia that mentioned she was cool with Renee?
Yes. Okay. So I actually watched the episode.
Oh my God. Intrigue us, Eric.
So what happened was the girls, meaning Santina, Claudia, Shania, and Renee, were keying out in the, I can't even say the backyard, that little room. You know what I'm talking about. They quote unquote backyard.
Right.
And apparently Hope and Rob were like, they could see them. They were sitting down. They're like, oh, bro, they think they slick. We see them always together. Like, they not always. That's what always baffles me. The dudes always like, the girls think they slick. They work together. That's exactly what y'all be doing.
It's like 8 places we can go. I might go to the places where people are because I'm bored.
Exactly.
I don't have TikTok to pass my time.
And so they like, they think they slick. We need to watch out for them. And so they go back basically and they run that back to Ty, right? And so Ty, with the subtlety, like I said, of a lightning bolt, and somebody said he has the subtlety of a sledgehammer. When him and Claudia, after they share that little raggedy, cringy kiss they had,
it was so uncomfortable.
I was like,
this is like, if I had to sit down and make a list of top like cringiest,
it's at the top.
Like showmances is for sure up there. Because I have to really sit down and think, but definitely top like 3. It was so weird. I was just like,
because it was like they don't like each other, but they just doing it for game. Like, we can tell that both of y'all only trying to do this for game. Like, I don't see that y'all like each other at all.
I wonder if it's because, like, even like me, I hate showmances. I'm not a big fan of showmances.
Unless your name is Brendan and Rachel, Swaggy and Byyyeee, and sometimes Jeff and Jordan.
I ain't really like they showmances either. Now, after the show, they was cute. No, I'm just playing.
Like, don't do Brenchel now. Don't do Brenchel.
Nah, I love Brenchel. They were hilarious. I wonder if the reason why we so much hate this showman is because even the showmances we don't like, it's not slapping us in the face.
Right.
You know, like they show us repeatedly. So now I literally have 0. Like, I have 100% disgust for their showmans. Them kissing is weird. It seems fabricated. Yes, it doesn't seem fake. Real. It seems very, very fake. And I've seen faker showmances.
It's giving Z actor better. And actress.
The fake showmans that Taylor and Joseph have, that's what they doing. Remember when they did the fake showman?
Yeah. Oh, and they have the cuffs. Yeah,
that's what they giving right now.
Oh my God.
Unsuccessfully though.
Yeah. Yeah, at least Taylor and Joseph were convincing us.
Yeah.
And obviously that turned it to be real, but I know what you mean, like
Right.
when they were in that house. And
Right.
so when it got to the part, when I go back to his subtlety and why he wasn't so subtle, after the fact, he was just basically like, "Are you in a girls' alliance?" And she was just like, "Huh? What? No,
So,
why would you say that?"
girl.
I mean, for me, I would have been like, "Should I be, just play that mind tricks?" No, but should I be? Who should I get in there with just to play with his
Listen.
head?
You wanna know what my response was? Okay, me as a woman, say the dude I'm showmancing on was like, "Hey, Trish, are you in a showmance with the girls?" No, but I'm kind of thinking maybe I should be, and just see what his reaction is. Why would you say that? I don't know. I mean, I'm really by myself. Like, unless I consider you an ally. Is there somebody you working with that you feel like you can pull me in? Because I could be another number for you.
Yeah.
Bam.
Boom.
Game. He'd be like, "Oh shoot, she by herself. Wait a minute, you are an extra number, actually."
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if I'm at the end of that alliance, I'm at least in that alliance because definitely got another alliance over
right,
there.
right.
Okay.
And
But if I can like squeeze my little stuff on in there, keep me safe because even if say everybody on my side of the alliance just suck it, they gonna forte. How did they pronounce they look? Falte. They might falte it up and not win nothing for like 8 weeks. At least them, sorry, Lions, y'all 8 might have to go, but at least I'm gonna be number 9. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and really, honestly, though, Falte actually was winning stuff. They
was just making stupid decisions.
Yeah,
yes.
It was more like
Definitely.
last season's they Savage 7 or whatever they.
Oh yeah.
They couldn't win nothing. I'm sorry. We know we love Betty Herman, Summer them down.
Definitely.
They wasn't winning no HOHs.
Man, oh, he was hurt. Isn't that crazy how our alliance that we loved won almost nothing, and yet we stayed so hard for them. Oh my gosh. R.I.P. to a great season. It was a great season, let's be real. But we'll get more into that later.
And so
go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, so after that, they had the little conversation. So he was trying to feel her out about the alliance and whatnot. So he brings this information. He still don't feel comfortable with the answer. So he goes back because she was like you mentioned, "Oh yeah, I'm close with Shania and Renee." And so he runs it like a little rat to Zachary, King Zachary, Coach Zachary. That's what we call him, Coach
Coach
Zachary.
We've been calling him Coach.
Run this back to Coach Zach, and Zach was like, "Should we just get our Renee in so we can nip this in the bud? We can really switch." Like, he think he is really running this game, and he kind of is.
He's doing something.
And so,
yep.
But that's the edit.
He is though.
And so this is one of the things. Had I not been privy to feeds like with these last few seasons with Big Brother since 22, I would have been rolled like I used to be back in the day. Like, oh my God, my fave got a chance. Knowing good well, when I start watching the feeds, the deal be sealed by Monday, Tuesday, really. Unless something miraculous happens, it's not changing. And so I was like, y'all think y'all slick, thinking there's some hope, but it was not. Oh, go ahead, Trees.
Well, so after all this, the whole conversations goes back and forth. Of course, how the edit does us, we feel like, oh my gosh, JM might actually stay. They might get us, they might have pulled something out their hats. No, they didn't.
Oh, one thing that just came back to me too. Also, out of everybody, why was it Santina that found a clue to a potential power or
she did find that before the eviction.
Right.
Yeah, was in the little
parlor
pool room.
Billiards room. Billard something.
Who calls it billard? It's pool.
That's the fancy name.
Pool?
No, billard.
Pool. Anyway, like all them books in there, but she just picked the one random book. The one to the left marked, Santina picked me. Oh my God.
And then I don't know if it was Anika or Shania, but one of them is Santina. Were you talking about her name?
No, the name of the unseen game. That's what the name of whatever it was in the book.
Right. And so
which we know nothing about yet.
That part. And so she's frantic looking around the room, and I don't know if it was Shanae or Anika that walks in on her like, "Hey, what you doing?" And she just,
she was, looking
stuck,
suspicious.
looking suspicious, and then they just left.
They better than me. I would have been there like,
"What you doing?"
And would have walked closer.
Or I would have pretended to shut the door and been looking, see what she doing.
I would have been like, "You see my cup?" No,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Let me see if I left it over
here. Or shut it real hard, act like I'm walking away.
I would have been like, "Girl, what this book doing on the pool table?" Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been our listen. If I don't care, the first person find it, if it's yours, sure. But we would have been an alliance today.
Mm-hmm. And so I definitely would have made sure that she wouldn't have got away with that at all.
All right.
But fast forward close to the eviction.
So we don't know what the unseen knowledge footage, whatever it is called. I can't even remember what I just said. We don't know what that
the unseen game.
The unseen game. There we go. We have no idea what it is, but I'm sure they're gonna give us a little tea about it. Hopefully, next episode. But with BBCAN, probably not. But I feel like they're doing a lot of gimmicky stuff this season. Shout out to my boy Herman. He's a friend of the podcast.
Yes,
he was the Wendy's I guess host, waiter, whatever you call it. I can't remember what they call them when they have them at the door, but he was our Wendy's where they give, the HOAs give the advice. Shout out to him. Man, I really would love to see Herman play again, but
it's gonna happen. We're gonna fingers crossed.
Yes. All stars. I need an all stars, and I need it to be with US and BBCAN. BBCAN versus.
They could have had like 3 of those by now.
They could have, and it would have ate
every time.
But anyways, so shout out to Herman. But they're gonna do some Wendy's points, like some they didn't really explain. Of course, they always leave it like open ended, of exactly how you earn these points and what these points can earn. But I'm gonna guess it's gonna be some gimmicky stuff,
cheesy.
If BBCAN, if they're not gonna do nothing, they're gonna do some kind of like, one thing. Oh, this has nothing completely to do with like the update. But I have got to say, BBCAN is the absolute worst in making these people cheer for every goddamn thing they do. Woo! We got Wendy's! We got winners! Woo! We got more toilet paper! Woo! We've got pepper! Like,
it's giving, they holding a gun to their head like, y'all need to scream and be happy.
And you need to, come on, faces, smile. All right. 3,
smile.
2, 1. Woo! That's
everybody
what it
smile
like.
or get on and slap.
It seems like they're holding a cue card that says laugh. Enjoy yourself.
Not there a laugh track.
That's what it feel like. But anyways, fast forward to the vote. Arisa reads the vote, and before the break, 5 for JM. Of course, it was the boys that voted. And then at the drop of the hat, they come back out of break, and Nika's the next vote. And Nika votes to Big JM. Everybody like, Nika, what the hell? What is you doing? Then right after her, I can't even be mad at Nika, because then every other person behind her, I vote to Big JM.
So it was a unanimous vote.
It was, and it was unnecessary. Even if JM was going, I would be in the house. I do not like this man. I'm going to literally put it there. I do not like this man, but I would have been doing what he was doing. JC and BB20, baby, would have been throwing votes left, right, and orange and purple. Because who gonna see my votes? Nobody. Unanimous? Yeah, we voted them all out. I vote to evict. Rob.
Since it's 3 of y'all, let's see.
DJ Dan.
My Nemo.
Baby. Why? Let's do a split vote. Then that gives more unfortunately, we don't have fees, so I guess it's kind of pointless, but that's how things get to scramble. It's not gonna, I don't want us going into the next HOH like, oh, okay. Damn, JM, that sucks. Everybody going in feeling safe. everybody's like, oh, well, I could go up, but the fact that I voted for the House, man, shake some stuff
And that's
up.
what
Split
JM
the
was trying to
vote.
do on his way out. He
Yep.
turned his game on, and I love that Koozie was right there with him. She said, "Listen, we get these votes, boy. We get you here
Hey,
because I want you
Koozie
here."
is smart. Koozie, let me say this again. Koozie is my winner pick for the season, and I really hope she gets in power because that girl has some smarts.
She's
I'm
brilliant.
very interested to see her play. And what I didn't really expect is Daniel and Hope seem to be. They did try to come together to see if they could keep JM, but of course, unfortunately, it wasn't.
They could have.
It wasn't in the cards, but they was talking to the wrong people. You got to get the right group of people together, and JM would have easily stayed. But
They had the
then,
votes. They had Koozie. They had Shania. They had Claudia.
yep,
They
they was
had
gonna get Dan
Daniel.
out.
All they need,
Dan.
right. And then they have Hope. That's 5. And then what's the other? They needed
Vanessa.
6. Vanessa. Even though I know they said she was closer to Dan, but we were like, girls, listen, this is what the real game is going on.
Right.
But see, if Hope was a gamer, if Hope knew the game, he could have been and pulled them. So like convinced Vanessa, girl, the boys are running something. I know you close with Dan, but we got to make a move for the greater good.
Exactly.
And that could have, and then that would have helped them out. Because I'm gonna let you tell who HOH now after the whole thing, but
right,
wild.
So anyway, going into the next HOH, which the HOA, what was the HOH, Jerry?
Oh, look, another basketball comp for the bros to play in.
Okay, look.
How creative.
Look, when they had that comp, I was just like, okay, they want the boys to win, obviously. And I thought, okay, I thought they wanted specifically Ty to win this, but I thought Hope had a good chance too. In his opening package, he was playing basketball, so I was like, oh yeah, the hoop was gonna win.
That's what I'm saying.
Usually I'm rooting for the black people. I'm like, oh, this our comp, yeah, let's go. But
she loves us in basketball every time she's
like,
out.
I do, and I was just like, they probably gonna win, but we get a little daily. Okay, I was really shocked that they even dropped a little daily this morning. They dropped us a little crumb. It was about an hour and some change. But we did find out that DJ Dan did win HOH. Everybody in the house was like, what the hell? What is Dan gonna do? Ain't nobody really talked to him. He, for a half a second, he was gonna be the next person out the house.
The first put out the house.
I don't even know if he has any like really set alliances. He's not really with the guys.
Well,
go ahead.
So with that, when you mentioned that, it just brought back to like I saw that JM, he's out. Obviously, he's free now. He's had a little interviews and he's been tweeting. He basically said that Dan is actually game wise close to Zach. And so he was like, honestly, he could be fooled with the whole Zach's trickery. He said because Dan didn't know about the backdoor plan. And if his closest ally game wise is Zach, and Zach didn't tell him, that means he gonna try to play him too.
Right.
But all I know is Miss Sangria better be on the block.
Oh, Sangria.
He'd be a dummy not to put her on the block.
Listen, you just got put on the block. I don't even remember the conversation. It was so dry of the reason. Well, we haven't really connected.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just really gonna come down to like who I've had a chance to talk to and I haven't really talked to you. Baby, I would have told Sangria.
Don't even waste your breath.
I haven't even really talked to you either, ma'am.
I would tell her, but like everybody else is up in there, but Sangria, don't even waste your breath. Because you already got a seat.
I
your
got
seat is ready for you.
That little meme I got of Josh sitting in the HOH room and he got his little straw. I would have been like that.
Yes, because
and then I would have let Santina say whatever she want to say. I would just been looking dead at her, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. You said what? You said something? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, y'all. I would never go on a Big Brother because I would power trip so bad. HOH-itis wouldn't even have a name. It would be called Treesitis.
But it really just be with her because
yes. Specifically when people put me up, oh my gosh, I'd be a menace.
After you do all that, let her talk, and you'd be like, I don't even know why I brought you up here. Because
Right.
I'm putting you up.
Right.
But I would have got
Right.
all the information. So what was the real reason behind you putting me up? What's going on after I got all the information I needed to?
Well, and whatever reason she gave, well, it was really just the house. Okay, cool. So since you so good at listening to the house, let's see if the house keep you. How about we do that?
No, but really.
You were so pressed to follow the house. Let's see if the house will follow you and keep you in the house.
Right.
You better go for that veto, because otherwise, you know how the house is.
You know how the house is, because I'm just gonna go with that. If the house say they want you gone, what am I to do?
Right.
So unless you got some key information, you gonna still be on the block. And even if she would still, it was the boys. Thank you for the information, but you still going on the block.
Look, appreciate you.
Have a good one.
That pretty much wraps up our week. That's where we are right now.
Yeah.
We've only been in the house for a week, but we didn't get any digital dailies over the weekend. So, it's now technically officially Saturday. So I don't think we're going to get any updates over the weekend. We might get a crumb or two. But to be very honest, I don't think we're going to see nothing till Monday. But I will say these episodes coming back to back Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I don't like it.
No, because and then they be early, that 6 o'clock stuff.
That's because you watching illegally, allegedly.
Right. But I just can't. 6 p.m. CST is really early for me.
It's a lot, right?
So I miss it. But as we wrap up, because we're wrapping up, there's speculation that Rob is the target, because the boys were saying that they didn't trust him. I forgot to mention that in the episode. They were starting to
Big Rob?
Yeah.
Captain Canada?
Not Captain Canada. They two different people, girl.
Wait, what's Captain Canada's real name? I keep calling him Captain Canada. I forgot. It's Jonathan, and there's a little John.
That was JM.
Oh, yeah, John Michael. Duh. Okay, so Captain Canada is by himself now. So he's John. We got two Dans though.
Yes, DJ Dan and Daniel.
And Daniel. Okay, Daniel. I love Daniel. Okay, DJ Dan. Okay, cool. Yeah. I be getting these names mixed up, y'all. Okay, go ahead.
Coach and Ty, I believe, were talking about getting rid of Rob.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's been going on, because obviously we don't know. So, but apparently he could be on the chopping block. So we're gonna see if DJ Dan gets swayed by Coach.
Listen, already cracks in the boys' alliance. I ain't mad at it. Usually this is how the girl line go. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like for 30 years. So this is interesting that the guys are cracking this early. Mm-hmm. But I think all these guys is just a big ego thing. Rob today, or they said last night, this man was upset, like damn near crying, because Rob got second in the HOH and Ty got third. And these guys were upset, like to tears. Apparently, Rob was talking to Captain Canada earlier, and he was beating himself up, John. So we gonna see
over a con. Well,
I feel like
if y'all would have voted out Dan, you would have been HOH.
Would have been. But look, we gonna see. They did get rid of the dead last already. Yeah. Why?
Dumb.
A lot of people on the timeline that I've seen, and by a lot of people I mean like 3 people. A lot of people on the timeline I've seen didn't like the dead last little twist. I liked it.
I did
simply because hopefully that'll stop people from throwing comps.
Yeah.
Second though, I'm cracking up at how real Koozie was. She was like, man, I'm mad that threw that dead last because I was definitely gonna throw the comp. I was like, girl, shut up. She's so real though. I love her. But y'all already got rid of it that fast? Y'all just was like, we just gonna scrap this.
Because you know how they do with these twists. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if nobody else figures out the unseen game, where Santina never figures it out. It'll disappear. Right. Or they'll have the whole house hunting for it, or it won't mean anything. Just like they did last season with the phone ringing, and then the whole door situation. Crazy. But that's all we got for y'all. Please, listeners.
Yeah, we gonna go ahead.
Viewers. Oh, go ahead. Go what you got to say.
I was just saying we gonna try to stick with this season.
We're gonna try.
I will say it's definitely these cracks that are forming already in these said alliance. The boys don't even have an alliance name yet.
No.
They're like, just the boys. And what's funny to me, wait, we were talking about this in a group chat. The fact that the boys are like, no, there's not a guys alliance. But when they talk about each other just publicly, they say, oh yeah, you know the boys.
Who are the boys?
Harry. I want this to be nice, like, who are the boys? Who are the boys?
Not you want me to do it. Now we're gonna make that a sound bite.
But yes, who are the boys?
Who are the boys?
But I'm cracking up. I'm looking forward to hopefully some more digital dailies. Because why y'all giving us 2 hours? And it's like it feels like that's where they capping it at about 2:30, and we don't get no more than that. And then they gave us that little raggedy hour in 10 minutes today, 20 minutes, whatever it was. But I don't know. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be back to update y'all what we can with what little bit we got.
Right. We're gonna do, the little Mariah. We're gonna do the best we can with what we got.
Cue shout out to Eli. Cue Mariah Carey throwing the baseball. Boop. I feel like that's what we're doing with the podcast right now.
Yeah, a little
we
bit.
are Mariah Carey right now. Like, this is what we got. Now we threw it at the same time.
In sync, baby, in sync.
Listen.
But listeners, viewers, thank you all for tuning in for another episode of A Who All Gonna Be There podcast. Please don't forget to like, share, comment. We want to know your thoughts. We want to hear from you, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, bye.
Bye, guys.